Hello people, so today we'll be solving LeetCode DailyQuestion 885, that is spiral matrix 3, and in this we'll be given a start cell, row start, row column start of and rows into columns grid facing east. Okay, and the northwest corner sorry my bad, and the northwest corner is at the first row column in the grid, and the southeast corner is at the last row and column. And we'll be walking clockwise spiral shape to visit every position in this grid. Whenever we move outside of the grid's boundary, we continue to walk our we continue our walk outside the grid, but may return to the grid boundary later. Eventually, we reach all rows into column spaces of the grid, and we have to return an array representing the position of the grids in the order we visit them. For example, we are having rows as 1 and number of columns are 4, so we'll be starting r start is 0 and column start is 0. So we are at this index, then we'll go to the right, then we take a whole turn and we go to the 3, then we take a whole turn and then we go to the 4. So you might feel like this is a complete sequence, but it's not. It will be more clear if we'll see the next example. In this, we are having the row start and the column start as 1 and 4. So column index 4 and the row index 1. So we are at this position, then we'll start to traverse, and this is how we'll be traversing in the all the rows into basically in all the cells, and we have to return the order in which we'll be traversing all the cells. Okay, so firstly we know that we can go into just 4 directions, so let's have a directions array. So that will be equal to new int. We are having basically 4 directions, 0 comma 1, that is south, 1 comma 0, that is north. Then we are having -1 comma 0, which is west, I guess. If Yeah, it's west, and 0 comma -1, that is the east. Okay, now we know that our result array, as we have to traverse all the cells, so it will be of size rows into columns, and of size 2 because of storing the index. Okay, now let's have a variable to count the total number of steps. That is initially 0. I'll be having my direction variable that is initially 0, and the length by which we have traversed is currently 0. Okay, and I know that my answer 0 be equal to a new integer array of my row start and the column start. So uh, r start comma c start. Okay, now let's keep our index in the results array to be 1 because we have already filled the 0th index. So now while my number of steps, or let's say index, is less than rows into calls. Okay, sorry, my bad, it's calls. Okay, so in this case I'll be checking that if my direction is either 0 or my direction is 2, basically, which means it's either east or either west. Okay, so in this case I'll be changing my direction and I'll be doing a dir plus plus. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I'll be doing a dir plus plus, and then what I'll be doing is that for int I equal to 0, I less than the steps I plus plus. What I'll be doing is in my r start I'll be doing directions or directions. I should go with, yeah, dir 0, and similarly I'll be doing it for column start, but in this case it will be 1. Okay, c start, that is plus equal to directions of dir 1, and then I'll just have to check the bounds that if r start is greater than or equal to 0 and r start is less than rows, and c start, oh sorry, and c start is greater than or equal to 0 and c start is less than number of columns. In this case what I'll be doing, I'll be adding into my answer and I'll be doing an index plus plus, so that will be equal to of new int, uh, and here I'll be adding r start comma c start. Okay, and then I'll be checking that okay, if my index is equal to my rows into columns, that means I have visited all the cells. In this case I'll be returning the answer array. Okay, and after this for loop, sorry, in this for loop only I'll be changing the direction, as direction will be equal to dir, in brackets plus 1 mod 4. Okay, and at the end I'll just return the answer. And this will be out of this for loop. Yeah. Okay, now let's give it a run. Okay, and it's taking a. Oh, okay. So it gave me TLE. I'll just have to check that what's the error. Okay, just give me a second. Oh, okay. So basically, I never incremented the steps. Yeah, steps plus plus here it should be. Now let's give it a run again. I guess that's why it was taking a lot of time just getting accepted. Oh, still a TLE. I guess. Just a second. Okay, so I found the error. The error is here, the directions. It should be 0 minus 1 and then it should be minus 1 0, not the other way around. Okay, now let's give it a run because yeah, and now let's submit it. It gets accepted finally. Submit it and it works perfectly fine and it gets accepted as well. Okay, so this is it for it. Thank you for watching.